Hey y'all, I'm going to show you today how I get this perfectly cooked, juicy ribeye steak with the Drio ChefMaker. I'm also going to show you how I put together a chimichurri sauce and some delicious fingerling potatoes. I promise you this is going to be one of the best steaks you have ever had. Now I have a 20-ounce ribeye steak here and I am going to rub it down with a little bit of Maggi sauce. Then I like to go in and generously sprinkle on this steak rub as well as a little bit of extra garlic powder. Now y'all know I ain't about to lose none of my seasoning, okay? If I pay for it, I'm going to get it. So I'm going to dab up that cutting board and get everything I paid for. I'm going to add my steak to a wire rack and place it in the fridge overnight to dry brine. So this is going to make sure that you get a nice crust and all the flavors penetrate. Y'all, I have honestly been loving the Drio ChefMaker, and you guys know I love Drio products because I've actually been using their air fryer for about 3 years. And now with this combi cooker, I'm even more excited. ChefMaker uses a sensing probe, a sous vide function, and a powerful convection oven to get your food to the perfect level of brownness and juiciness. So it comes out perfect every single time. I also love that the ChefMaker has an app. So I love the app because it has so many recipe ideas. I am going to be using the perfect steak for this recipe. Now, if you look on here, it's going to show you the ingredients that you need. And also you're going to see that it has a step-by-step guide on how to do the recipe. I have let my steak sit out for about 45 minutes to come to room temperature. And since the app is telling me that I need to brush my steak with butter, I am going to use some melted unsalted butter and just put that all over my steak. I'm assuming this is going to help with the brownness. And y'all, you know I got to have my meat juicy and brown and melanated, okay? The app also gave instructions to switch to the grilling rack. So I am going to take out the rack that is currently in the ChefMaker and add that in. I like to put in the probe first. It just attaches with a magnetic attachment on the side. And then I like to add the grilling rack. It just makes it a bit easier to put in. I really love that the ChefMaker comes with an attached probe. So you don't have to keep opening the machine and guessing what the temperature is. You can set it, forget it, and walk away and come back to a perfectly cooked steak. So now I'm going to stick the probe into the thickest part of the meat so it can get the most accurate reading. What really be tripping me about the ChefMaker is that the app and the ChefMaker communicate. So they have some sort of Bluetooth technology going on. So when I pick a recipe and I send the cook time, the ChefMaker will automatically pick up on it. I like a medium done steak. There's also an option for medium rare. Once I choose the level of doneness I want, I just start the machine and I check on the water. So there is a little bit of water in the combi cooker right now, but I like to just top it up just so during the cooking process it does not run out, because I want my steak to be perfect, not dry at all. So as you can see, it's told me that it's going to take 50 minutes to cook, but y'all know I'm just peeking on it the whole time. While my ribeye is cooking, I'm going to slang together a quick chimichurri. Baby, steak and chimichurri just go together. I'm going to put a little parsley, red onion, scotch bonnet, tons of garlic, and oregano, salt, pepper. Chimichurri ain't a chimichurri without some good olive oil, red wine vinegar. Now, baby, not everybody does this. I'm not even going to tell you this traditional, okay? Because some people are probably going to come for me. But I do like to put about a half a teaspoon of honey. I feel like it balances out the other flavors that are in there. You let this rest, while your steak is cooking. Baby, you just gonna see. You're gonna see how it's all gonna come together, okay? My steak is done and I'm gonna take it out to rest. If this is not brown enough for you, one thing that I've done is let it cook up into the searing part, and then I've taken it out and just pan seared it in a cast iron skillet. So essentially using the Drio like a sous vide if you want a stronger crust, but y'all, this steak is good to go. I also boiled some potatoes in some salt water, and then I added the drippings from the steak and a little bit of the chimichurri sauce. I choose the classic cook mode and choose the air fryer function. And all I want to do is brown these potatoes. I'm gonna crank that heat up, baby, all the way up to 425 degrees. I thought it would take 12 minutes to brown the potatoes, but y'all, that heating element is really powerful. So it only took about 7 minutes for them to get nice and brown. I let the steak rest for 10 minutes before cutting into it. And baby, you got to let it rest because you don't want all the juices to be spilling out. But honey, let's get into this steak. You can see that this steak is not only juicy, but it is a perfect medium rare. Like there is a solid band across the middle that is red. ChefMaker really cooked this steak to perfection. In the comments, let me know, do you like your steaks medium rare or do you like your steak dead, like no pink? I'm going to have a link to the Drio ChefMaker in the description box. When you try the Drio, let me know how much you love it and what is the first thing you would make with this combi cooker.